Hey everyone, Simon here. I just made a video on the Carters and the Royals and what some of the footprints and fingerprints of great relationships are. And there was a really cool and interesting comment that said, "How can we know that two people are destined to marry each other? We need a video about that." And so I'm on it. So here is that follow-up video. Now, normally I'm going to be doing stuff like this for our members. I just started a membership channel today. So if you want to interact like this and just have me answer your questions with new videos, please join in. And it's like $2.99 a month or something like that. It's negligible. And you can join at the higher levels too. There's some additional benefits there. But for I think $2.99 or I forget what it is. Yeah, we get to interact. So here we go. Let's answer this question. And to do that, I'm going to bring up the charts of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I just out of the blue because I think they embody some of these principles. And by the way, they don't have great compatibility, believe it or not. They have good attraction factors, the sexual chemistry, but long-term compatibility is bad. It's not horrible, but it's not great. So there are definitely going to be some fights, some broken plates. And remember, compatibility, as I showed in the last video, is about how easy the relationship is. And there are going to be a lot of obstacles in this one because they don't have a lot of that. Anyway, what they do have is combinations for destiny, that kind of thing. Now, let me just say right up front, there are 300,000 people, babies born every year. And in fact, there is a good website that you can go to look at that and check this out. Look at this. This is the number of births in the world in this month. 6.8 million already. And here they come. The babies are coming. So for anybody to say, oh, I can tell you who you're going to marry, it's either a great leap of intuition or you live in a very kind of cloistered, secluded atmosphere, like in a village, and you only have access to your village and maybe a couple neighboring villages. Yeah, then it's easy. But if we're going to be objective and say, out of all the people on the planet that we can tell who you're going to marry, it's a monumental task. So the techniques I'm going to share with you can help make that task easier. And these are high level secrets. And anyway, I hope you enjoy them. They are not readily available in tons of books and probably aren't practiced by a lot of astrologers. But I'm going to share with you four of these techniques that you're probably not going to find in a lot of places. So here we go. The first one is a KP technique that, as far as I know, I invented. Now, don't shoot me if you see it somewhere in a book. I just may not have read that book. But to my knowledge, I have not seen this technique anywhere. And here it is. When the cuspal sublord of the seventh house of a person's chart configures with the ascendant of the other person, that creates a sambandha, a connection that they're likely to become, if they ever meet, that they're likely to become partner material. What does that mean? The cuspal sublord is not the star lord. The star lord is a nakshatra on the seventh cusp. The sublord is another layer deeper than that, which you can see here in Parashara's light. In this case, for Prince Harry, it's the sun, right? So the lord and the sublord. The sun is the cuspal sublord of the seventh. So that has to configure with the ascendant of the partner. And there it is. It's in the ascendant of Megan's chart. Now, this only has to work one way. It doesn't have to work both ways, because if you look at her chart, her cuspal sublord is Rahu. Okay. Rahu is not configured with the ascendant. Although if you push the chart a minute or two, it'll become Jupiter. in which case Prince Harry does have Jupiter in his ascendant. But we're not going to fudge the data. We're going to use what we have. And in fact, I think the birth time that I have here for Prince Harry, rather for Meghan Markle, is 2 minutes later than the one given. I forget why I did that. But so anyway, it doesn't show up, right, in this way. So, but it only needs to happen in one direction. All right. So that's the first technique. If you want more details on that, maybe, we can do another more detailed video. Here's the second technique. This is also a Krishnamurti Padati technique. You look at the star and sublord of the moon. Now you're going to say, what's all this stuff about sublords? I don't understand. Do you understand the Shah Bhukti? Aha. The star lord of the moon is the Dasha lord at birth. The sublord of the moon is the Bhukti at birth. Okay? What Krishnamurti did is he took a system of delineating time and he converted it, or he elaborated on it, becoming a system of delineating space, meaning the zodiac gets cut up into star lords and sublords. Star Lord sounds like a comic book. Marvel should take this. KP would have been a great Marvel hero because he'd be like, in 30 minutes, the lights will go off. In 29 minutes and 14 seconds, this guy will go here, right? He's just predicting everything. And when you predict everything, you don't need to do anything. You know what's going to happen. Anyway, when the Dasha Bhukti at birth of one person, when those two planets are configured with the seventh house of the other person, it creates a sambandha. So let's take a look. For Prince Harry, his moon is in a star of the sun and in a sub of the moon. That means that when he was born, his Dasha Bhukti at birth was sun moon. Right? There it is, age 0. He was born, just to prove it to you, September 15th, 84. So between July of 84 and January of 85, he was running sun moon. You see that? That's the star lord and the sublord. So let's look in her chart. Now we already know that the sun, there it is. The sun is in the first house aspecting the seventh. Therefore, it's configured with the seventh house. And the moon is with the seventh lord. Aha. Interesting, huh? So there is this double. Now they have this double thing where his seventh cuspal sublord is in her ascendant. That's Simon's technique. One KP technique 1, you can name it whatever you want. And then KP technique 2, the Dasha Bhukti at birth are configured with her seventh house. So probably for this guy, when he saw her, he was like, I'm marrying this woman. You get it? It doesn't happen the other way, though. Now look at hers. Her moon is in a star of the moon and in a sub of Mars. That means when she was born, she was running moon Mars. Going to Prince Harry's chart, neither moon nor Mars are configured with the seventh house. Mars does aspect her seventh house. So there is his seventh house. So there is, yes, Mars does configure with the seventh house, but moon doesn't. So again, for Meghan, it was probably not that obvious, but it was more obvious probably for him. So I would say he would have been the instigator. I don't know. But those are two ways to look at, are people fated to be together? But keep in mind what I said earlier, 300,000 people born every day, right? It becomes almost impossible to know if we're using the world population as a set of data. But there are only so many people you're going to meet in your lifetime, a few thousand max, right? Maybe if you're a prince, a lot more, but still, it's not going to be 8 billion. So out of the subset of those people whom he will meet, only a few will meet these criteria, where their seventh cuspal sublord is configured with the ascendant, where their moon dasha bhukti lord is configured with the seventh house. Okay, let's go to technique number 3. Technique number 3 says that when two people have similar combos in their charts, that they will have a kind of an affinity, regardless of the rest of their compatibility. Meaning, regardless of what even programs like mine, Delano Pro, have to say about them, right? So if I run their compatibility here, and which I can, and I'll show you right now, it's not great, okay? And by the way, I have 2 charts for Megan. I have her as a Gemini ascendant as well, just to check. But Prince Harry, there we go. You could see it's not great. 1.5 stars. Yikes. Okay, now let me see if this is for this is her as a Cancer ascendant, right? As a Cancer rising. So, and I think that's what I have her here as. 1 degree Cancer. So I moved her time up a couple minutes, but still, it's not looking great. Even though they have durability, right? Their ancient methods are high, so they have sticking power. But why stick to something that is problematic, right? So anyway, but regardless of this, when two people have combos, similar combos in their charts, and in this case, Megan has Saturn Moon conjunction, okay, in her chart. And Prince Harry has Saturn Moon opposition. There's one example. He has Jupiter aspecting his moon. She has Jupiter with her moon. Okay. Those are now by themselves. If the other factors didn't exist, that's not enough. Okay. But this is an additional thing. They have certain similarities. They're both Saturn moon people. What does that mean? They're both martyrs. They have this I'm going to remain a bachelor forever until I get married. And when I get married, I'm going to just be at give everything to the relationship and sacrifice myself for the children, the relationship, and so forth. It's a martyr combination. Both of them have it. They're both martyrs in some way. Okay. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal because it's a psychological trait, and it's part of what we call the personal baggage component, which we'll be adding to the Pro Delano software soon this year, it's a huge game changer. But that's technique number 3, when both people share similar charts. Technique number 4 is extremely rare. Okay, it's extremely rare. And it's, again, one of my techniques. I haven't seen it anywhere else, but it's when the 7th cusp has the sound of your partner's name. So you kind of have to know the sounds, or you have to find them online. In the case of Prince Harry, Kaki, Kuga, Nga, Ch. He has the sound Nga in his 7th cusp, which is not, it is a sound that no name, no word begins with. Words end with that sound, like sing, a song, bring, ng, that sound. Ka, ki, ku, g, ng, ch. No, sorry, it's ch. It's ch. Okay, never mind. So his 7th cuspal sound is ch. So Megan doesn't have that sound, right? So, and let's see, Megan's 7th cuspal sound is bo. It's going to be bo. That's the, so Prince Harry, right? So there's no bo sound. So this is not present. And like I said, it's extremely rare. But if it does show up, it's kind of cool. Now, you can also use the seventh lord. You don't have to use just the seventh cusp. So let's see. The seventh lord here is Saturn. Do, nani, nu. So her seventh lord sound is nu, which you can see that's Saturn. Do, papi, pu. Sorry, pu. Pu, Prince Harry, pu. Well, it's a pu sound. What's his first name, though? Oh, his first name is Harry. And Harry something. Anyway, pu. No, it's kind of tenuous. Let's see. His seventh lord is Mercury. Mami Mu May. Oh, there it is. What? There it is. His seventh lord, Mercury, is in the sound May. Hello, people. Good thing I'm doing this live. May. Her name is Megan. Jeez, man. When he met this woman, notice that all of these things show up for him, not as much for her. So when he saw her, when he met her, he was like, just these bells went off. The May sound. So when you heard her name, Megan, oh, that triggers something. Then his seventh cuspal sublord sun, she's there. She represents the sun to him. So he's like, oh, okay, that checks. So a lot of boxes were checked for him. This is so cool in live. Boom. Her seventh lord is May. I mean, his seventh lord is May. There you go. And her name is Megan, right? We only use the sound of the beginning of the name. So even if, let's say her name were let's say it was Sam, um, let's say the sound were his name was Renee and the sound was nay. That's not enough. Renee is r. The sound is r. So you only want to use the first sound of the name. This is what I mean. It's extremely rare. So, for example, he has the sound ch. Now, Megan is the Duchess of Sussex or something. So that you could say the ch is there. No. That's not acceptable. Has to be the first sound. So, talk about people who were set up to marry. Now, there are additional techniques that create tremendously powerful sambandhas, but I'm going to leave you with these four. Hopefully these are enough. And you've probably never heard of these before because it's hard to quantify the one. With my software, the Pro Delano, you can see when two people are compatible, but it doesn't necessarily tell you this is the one, right? It just tells you the compatibility is good, the sexuality is good, the friendship is good or bad, right? The durability is good or bad. There isn't a software yet that can quantify this. Although I've just shared these, we can work them into our software as well to show that extra magic spell. All right, I hope I've answered your question. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and in the future, I'll be doing more of these kinds of answers for our members. So please come in. It's a couple bucks a month, and we'll see you in there. All right, all the best. Namaste to everyone.